Hi all, welcome back. DD at Tarawa. This is part 24. Not long. Put the other bit across this. I've been moving some Christmas stuff from the attic downstairs, so I'm out of breath. I thought I was okay there. Not quite. Getting too old for that. Carry on. So just putting part 23 together. Just feeling like I'm making mistakes, strategic mistakes, which I generally don't mind, but yeah, I want to try and make a good job of it. I'm wanting to for sure carry on the extended play. I think we should be able to manage that, but just wonder about this, and then also, well, I didn't go ahead with that. Just wonder what you would have done yourself. Anybody watching, would you have done this? Would you have done that I didn't do? Or, I suppose everybody's going to play it slightly differently, but I know you guys that have maybe had victories in this game probably know that this is either a move that you've maybe got to make or it's maybe not. Not so sure how. I think you've got to take chances in this game, And up here we had to take that chance with purple. We got away with it the first time and then left that position open, didn't we? And then it made me look foolish. But I don't think I had time to fill that gap, did I? Well, actually, that's not true. If I took a chance and attacked with the two units with the hero, I would have had one spare action to move the tank into there, wouldn't I? But would you have done that? Would you guys have done that? Would you have seen that? Or did I just get unlucky? Or who knows the answer to these questions? Right, let's just move on and see. Hopefully squeeze another part in here. Probably just get to Japanese Fire card again, maybe the second event. We'll see though if it whizzes on by. Unlikely the way I deal with things, but if it does, I can see if I can maybe complete the turn, but probably unlikely, like I say. Right, nothing to land, nothing to wade, nothing to place for next turn. So we can actually just skip straight on to the event. That's right, just double checking, I'm not forgetting anything there, no. Sign LVTs, landing checks, wade ashore, recover LVTs, place new units. Yeah, none of that's to happen. Okay, a nice pleasant event to start the turn. That would be nice. Let's do that then. So the first event card, we're on turn 13. Lucky for some. So 13, 2 to 16. We're getting another hero. You know where this depth marker's going, don't you? Probably. Oh, wait a minute. This guy's going to be able to now. He's down at the beach. I mean, this is on the beach. This is adjacent to the beach, but I don't think they differentiate between them, do they? So anyway, jumping ahead. Place a hero marker on any US unit and add a depth marker to one Japanese unit. So, yeah, look when you get to turn 17. Just place a hero. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Ooh. Look. Well, I'll tell you what, we've got away with one there then. Imagine if I had evacuated that area. Well, hold on, they would have just placed one, wouldn't they? Like I say, there's only two reserve units available. But that's nice. I mean, surely there can't be. Well, I'm going to say there can't be more than one red eye in the deck. Well, that's not true, right? You're not discarding it, right? Okay, so that is our event and not our Japanese fire phase. Which I think I'm quite happy about. Although, what was not on it what was it we didn't want? Yellow. And I drew a barrage card for yellow. It wasn't on it. I'm feeling unlucky about yellow now then. Right, okay, so you're placing a hero, but where's the depth marker going then, Grant? 9.2. So, closest in hexes to US unit. That's one, but he's got depth. That's one, but he's got depth. These are all adjacent. And there's nothing adjacent over there, in actual fact. So if we had moved up to that guy, he might have been a candidate as well. So there's nothing adjacent. So it is between these two, and they're both coastal. If two or more, in or adjacent to a beach hex, well, this is in a beach hex, this is adjacent, like I say, so it doesn't sort of pick between the two. This is the only Japanese position that's on the beach, like I say. If there are more than one, place the depth marker in the position with the lowest ID number. There's a 4. This might be a 3. Oh, it's a 1. So it is going there again. I think that's what I'd prefer. It does mean we've got to hit this guy again, but yeah, well, it's going on that guy, so that's that. Because, well, no, we've got some manoeuvring to try and get this guy anyway, so the good thing about maybe the manoeuvring is we can maybe cut off from communication before we actually finish it off. We'll see. Anyway, right, depth markers going there. So we're running out of them as well. However, run out of coastal ones, and then once we run out of them, pretty sure we just start picking inland ones. So this is not revealed yet again. That's the third depth marker it's had in the last 3 turns. So there, right, well, now the good part, we get a hero. So let's just pluck one out the... What we got? Spillane. There it is. Okay, so what are we going to do with our hero? Maybe. And then what is it we do need? Mortar and machine gun. And we've not got any though, have we? But I tell you what. We would get the machine gun, would we? Yeah, he's in confirmation about a tank assistant, like joining the fight. Must be within range. One or more of the following must be true. The tank unit is adjacent to the target hex. No. Tank unit is adjacent to attacking infantry. No. Tank unit is in command of any HQ. Right, that's fine. So that would, and it needs to be within 4 hexes to add the machine gun, which it is. What's the other thing he needs? Mortar. No, a tank doesn't give that. Mortar machine gun. So the tank, right, so right now if I was to put this on NAS, and as long as there was no shenanigans happened in the Japanese fire phase, we would take that guy out. However, you were talking about trying to cut him off, but no, I can trace through there. Well, hold on. Well, no, you can't move the tank, no grant. But my intention was to possibly go 1, 2, 3 with that guy. If I did that, remember he's there, Grant. If I did that, and no, because now you can trace communication through here. If I was to put, no, these are one-steppers. They're all one-steps. No, that's the best I could do with that guy, yeah? 1, 2, well, I mean, I could put him there. Oh, that would actually cut it off, wouldn't it? But my sort of purpose was to try and take this position. Right, well, that does look like a good candidate for the hero, and we would be able to take that out. Whether... Oh, he's another candidate though, isn't he? Yeah, this kind of feels like a really good one. Well, they're both equally as... Well, it would certainly help. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen here. I mean, if he if he gets hit by the tank, he's dropping 3 steps. Browning, demolitions, radio. If he gets hit by a tank, he's not disrupted. However, if he gets hit by the red position, then he's going to be disrupted. But that means using the support marker again. But it would be nice to have that, because I mean, we've got the flanking. Would we still have the demolitions if he got hit? Yeah, he's got demolitions. He's got Browning, demolitions, and radio. So that's good. The other thing about this, putting it here though, is these guys are costing me actions. Yeah, it's only stretching out 2, isn't it? Don't. Yeah, it's only going to stretch to 2 this turn and next turn. Not until the next again that goes to 3. Yeah, that's why you've got to establish them pretty quick as well. That was a mistake, I feel, because I could have got that established in that hex sooner, and we could have been stretched out to probably 3 hexes this turn, I think. Certainly we would have been 1 turn ahead, maybe even 2, I think. I think this might be the better candidate, because we can mess about with this a little, and it would. Right, how are you going to do it, Grant? Because you need mortar and machine gun, and the mortar's coming for this unit. So, yeah, if you want to keep this position occupied. Well, here's when. No, I can't move these. I move them out there, they've got to stop. All I could be doing is leaving the HQ behind, because I've got to move this adjacent to this guy to get the mortar, and that gives him the tank can stay where it is though, Grant. Then if you want to cover that, the HQ could go up there afterwards, I suppose. No, it needs to stay. Yeah, it needs to stay with us, because we're not getting to make this attack this turn, it's next turn. We're just sort of setting things up. Oh my. I'm now tempted to put the hero on this guy right enough, I think. Because again, like I said about this guy up here, if he gets hit, we still will have the demolitions, we'll have the flank, we'll have 5, 8 strength against 1 that's not getting doubled, so we'll get a look at the depth marker. It's not getting doubled either, so 8 again, even if the depth markers are 3, we're still going to be doubling that. I mean, this is assuming that, well, that was me allowing for this guy to get hit. If this guy get hit as well, that would be horrible. Then he would drop to 2 strength. Yeah. Yeah, if I put this on this, and if I want to cut off communication, I'm going to have to move this guy in here. What sort of feels a bit crazy. But if I'd done it, hang on though, if I'd done it this time, I would actually afterwards be able to move the HQ into there. I know it's sort of dangerous. Hold on. Yeah, no, he's got to come here because he's got to... Yeah, he's got to spy the... No, hold on, Grant. No, he's not spying in. This hero is going to give the mortar, and the tank is going to fire with its machine guns. This guy is only going to move to cut off the communication. And 1, 2, 3, going here is not cutting off the communication, whereas going here is. Does the HQ... What does that do communication-wise? Like, what does that... US control... Yeah, it just controls the hex it's in. It's just infantry with 2 or more steps, or tanks of any level that give hexes round about. So yeah, moving the HQ. Oh, wait a minute. No, because I can't move. I can only move 1, 2 into there, so he would be able to trace there. 1, 2, yeah, no, you're not going to be able to do it, Grant, unless you use the infantry yet. I think I'm doing this right. Okay, I'm putting the hero on that guy. Yeah, let's do it. Right, okay. Japanese fire card time. Right, we don't want yellow. Okay, that's it. It's as simple as that. We don't want yellow. Here we go. Four of any for artillery as well. R action, A action on double purple. Blue hitting armour. It's a diamond. Well, red's not there, so diamond. He is a diamond. I'm not sure what that tank's going to do though with the R action. I'm not even going to look yet. I'm just wanting to... Let's just look. Yeah, the annoying... Well, he's not in a beach hex at Grant, because we've got artillery as well. I'm pretty sure they've got 4. They've vacated quite a few, mind you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 that are unoccupied. We've got 3. Oh, that leaves 4. 1 more would have been nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can see 5 that are unoccupied. Oh, hang on. Did I not steal another one recently? That's 6. That's 7. This one's 8. Yeah. No. That's it though, Grant. So they must have 4 that are occupied. 1, 2. I want to say this is 1 as well. 3. No, that's a tank one. No. Yeah, there it's there. 4. That's all they've got. They've only got 4 occupied. Oh, and every one of them are not disrupted. Interesting though. Between now, I think maybe that's when this should be checked. Because remember the last time this guy, he moved. And it's possible some of these might move. We've got the yellow R action, so let's... Oh, in actual fact, that guy is going to redeploy. Possibly to this hex, possibly to that hex. Not sure. Depends on... Actually, I'll pick the other colour, won't it? I'm going to have to find that out then for sure. Because if he does redeploy and moves out of that artillery position, then that's then not occupied. So if it doesn't get checked until we check for artillery fire, they're only going to have, 3, unless something else moves as well, of course. Okay, right then. Well, let's just start checking stuff first, Grant. We can... Well, the thing is, while I'm doing this, could I go and ask that question? It's probably been asked before, this one, you would think. Let me go and have a quick look. Right, okay, I did start actually typing out my question, and then I thought, let's just come and have a look and see if it might be clear here. So Japanese artillery fire beginning turn 2. If you draw a fire card with an artillery result, first resolve all fire by Japanese positions. Then check to see if Japanese artillery fire hits a US unit. Japanese artillery fire does not occur in turn 1. Well, does that not just answer your question right there, Grant? You first resolve all the fire by Japanese positions, and then we check to see. And then it says the procedure is it lists the number of Japanese occupied artillery positions required in order to conduct artillery fire. The required numbers are further defined by artillery type. Heavy, medium, or any. Count the number of artillery positions occupied by non-disrupted Japanese units, so it is non-disrupted. Count only those of the type listed on the card. And bear in mind, occupied by, right? If the number of eligible Japanese artillery units equals or exceeds the required number, one US non-HQ unit with the target symbol shown on the fire card is hit. I don't need to ask a question. It's telling you there that you first resolve all fire by Japanese positions. I mean, and although it says all fire, what it means is, all the actions that they're going to do. And if one happens to move out, so we carry out that procedure first, then we carry out this procedure, and then we check the number. So if that unit moves out of that medium artillery position, then so be it. Yeah, I'm not even going to finish off my question there. I'm going to leave it at that. Let's just hope now that one Japanese unit doesn't move back into, because that's possible. It could move back in to occupy an artillery position, or it could reinforce in an artillery position. I've not quite studied it there. If that was to happen, then yeah, that would just be sort of funny in a not nice way. Right, okay, let's get on with it. So the R action can appear in unoccupied positions, and the purple, although the purple has got to be an inland unoccupied position, and in both cases it's got to be within 2 of a US unit. The blue is only just firing and hitting armour, normal fire hitting armour. Right, let's go. So we've got an unoccupied purple here, not within 2, so forget about it. Green's not on the card. Brown's not on the card. Yeah, we never got the red eyes, so that was good. Blue's normal fire. Yellow not within 2. Red's not on the card. Yellow, yuck. Right, so actually that fires into there, doesn't it? Yeah, well, it's an armour fire though. Anyway, however, hold on though, it is an R. So that fires in there as well, Grant. Oh, they're both diamonds. Come on. Right, so yellow inland R units in its field of fire. So it's an R action. US units in field of fire. It's going to place a depth marker and it's going to fire. Yeah, of course it is. Both these guys are getting wiped out, aren't they? Oh no, he's 2 steps. But yeah, almost. So it's going to resupply and fire. So we're going to place a depth marker here, an inland depth marker. Oops. And then it's going to fire, and it can hit 3 things. Because it's got a depth marker and it gets the 1 extra. So it's going to hit this first and disrupt it. And then it's going to hit this second and eliminate it. And then its third hit, it can't hit this again. I know we've already said that these units can take more than 1 hit, but only from, it would have to take it from another position, It's been hit from that position already. So as disrupted because that guy's not revealed. And yes. Okay. Well, they were just kind of sitting there holding that brown position, I suppose. I wasn't really expecting much from them. Right, next, going along, let's check that red. That's blue, that's just normal fire, nothing in field of fire. That's green, not on the card. Hold on. Purple, only a single this time. It needs a double for the purple. Yellow R, no units in field of fire, so wants to redeploy this one. That's not in an artillery position. So inland R, no US units in field of fire. Redeploy and then fire. Its closest US unit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this guy, or this guy. How do we differentiate? Well, I don't think it can. What one is it? This one. It can't move closer to that guy. It can move closer to these two, either there or there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, that actually gets closer to that as well. Right, let's get some priorities. So redeploy, yeah. Right, well remember we did get it worked out that it's priority as different colour then nearest to where it left from, then nearest to this position. So different colour first. Well, yeah, it can go that way towards that guy. It's not able. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, actually, it can. That is actually getting closer to that as well. Strangely enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if he was up there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it could move here, 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 or here. They're all different colours. And then, so it wants to be the one that is nearest to the position where it's leaving, then the highest number position. Well, that's 1, 2, 3 away. That's 1, 2, 3 away. That's 2 away, and that's 2 away. And the highest position is that. Highest numbered position is the brown position. So to be sure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away from that. If he moves to here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so he's going to move there. I think that's right. Looked a bit, needing to be looked at carefully, that one. Right, brown's not in the card, so I don't need to worry about that. Right, moving on. We looked at that already anyway. So next one down would be brown's not on the card. This is blue, we'll do normal fire. Blue does not, yeah, we knew the tank was doing something. Oh, the purple tank as well. Right then. Blue, yeah, blue's not getting in its field of fire. It was just normal fire. This is red, not on the card. That's the one that moved. Red, not on the card. Right, so yellow tank. I haven't missed any unoccupieds, have I? Not that are within 2, no. Right, so yellow tank with units in its field of fire with the R action. So R is going to be overrun. So it's going to hit at close combat. Oh, come on. Give me a break. So overrun. Fire a few US units in field of fire. Then if at least one US unit has hit, move into hex. Occupy by nearest hit unit and CC. Brutal. Tank action, overrun, fire if any US units in the field of fire. No US units in attack field of fire, no action. If it fires and no units are hit, no action. However, If it is hit, then move it to hex and conduct close combat. If hit, US units are equidistant. So he's going to... you know what? He's going to hit this guy as well. Oh, or the tank. Oh no, he's going to hit the tank as well. He's going to hit 3 things, Grant. No. Oh. I just want to stop this game now. It's just too brutal. You just feel like... These tanks are just vicious, really vicious. Because both these guys are in these extended field of fire, and they're both diamonds. And this one's a tank. That is just... Okay, so the priorities for hitting our units are intense. So he hits this guy. So he takes step loss, is not disrupted because the tank's revealed. He can dish out 3 hits, remember, because he's got a depth marker, and we're into the... Oh, hold on. Yeah, I don't think there's anything different about a tank. No, I'm not going to look. No. He can still dish out 3 hits, Grant. So he's then going to look steady fire. I think this guy would be in yellow as well, but he's a circle. This guy's in yellow, he's a diamond. This guy's in yellow, he's a diamond. Because of the extended field of fire. So, I don't know what... well, this will take the hit first, because he's 2 steps. So he takes a hit, is not disrupted. And then this tank takes a hit, and is destroyed. Sorry, I should have maybe zoomed in a little bit there, but... I'm just devastated. Yeah, the tank was in there. I think you could see okay. He was 2 steps, so he would take the hit first. Like I say, there, the tank fires into there, but he gets to extend at 1 hex. And it's just extended 1 hex. It's not if it's intense. That's a machine gun thing, isn't it? So both these guys are hit. He takes a step loss down to 1 step. Tank takes his last step loss and is gone. And that's us now got this position unoccupied. So actually here's another thing that could come up. I don't know what that guy's... He's going to do the A action. Advance, in fact? No. Double advance or fire. See, this may bring on... You know, this leaves me a bit... This was one of the ones that came up. Michael from Ohio, I think, had a bash at commenting on this one and saying that... Because right now, if you were to have the reinforce action in brown, this is now empty. Would a unit reinforce here? He said no, because we had a tank, we had a unit in there. Now we don't. It's been eliminated. But is this not kind of the same as what we were talking about with the artillery? We've got to deal with this first, and we deal with them from right to left. So we're coming along here, and this guy's been removed. Now this guy's looking at advancing, and he... I don't know how it works again, the advance, but I think this is maybe the hex he's going to advance into. Well, yeah, because if he's got units in his field of fire, he would have just fired, I think. But this unit's now gone. He's got no US units in his field of fire. That's a bit of a muddle. So he's going to advance no more than 4 hexes away and closest to the nearest US units. That is going to be there. Well, I kind of need to know for sure now then. I mean, I feel like he should be able to do that. But we had this... I mean, it was only Michael that made that comment. He didn't think that I should be considered because there was a unit there at the beginning of the Japanese fire phase. Well, let's This is starting to look really bad. Let's finish this action. So he's fired, right? Because he is doing, what was that again? Overrun. So he's fired and he's hit 3 units. He's not done yet. If the tank fires and hits 1 or more US units, then move into the hex occupied by the nearest such unit and conduct close combat. That's the nearest such unit. He's moving into this hex. And we're having a CC in this hex. And that's not a position hex, so it's going to be in green fire, I believe. Now, that's where that tank came from. That's where the CC is. And because it's not a position hex, that's why the tanks have the little colour on them. So, yeah, it says the tank unit may move into a non-position hex when performing this action. If it does, use the position colour printed on the tank's counter to resolve the close combat. If the tank unit survives the close combat in a non-position hex, move the unit to the nearest unoccupied position. This could be the position from which the tank unit came. It says it could be. It's actually, it might have been a different one, to be honest. And if unoccupied positions are equidistant to the position closest to a US unit, then the lowest numbered position. Yeah, if it does fail at defeating this guy, it is going to just move back to there, but he's going to be drawing a bunch of cards. I mean, he's not got CC on him, but he's a tank. He's attacking. That's 2 cards. He's got depth. He's got himself. That's 4 cards. And he's surely going to have 4 strength, so he's going to be drawing 5 cards. Well, this could be where you maybe need to think about withdrawing. So let's consider that. I feel like I've got the need to ask this question though, because I'm pretty sure that guy's going to move into there. So if he advances, double advance. So he's going to advance. Tank unit will move to Japanese occupied position only. No, I'm reading the wrong thing. If the tank unit is able to complete an advance, then check to see if the unit can advance again. If so, advance the unit a second time following the same procedure as follows. Tank unit is unable to advance at all via this action, fire. Well, he can advance, and I think he's going to advance into there, and then he will not advance any further because I think he can't get any closer to his US unit, so he's just going to sit there and cause chaos. Because that's an intense brown, that's intense brown, that's steady brown. He's going to extend it into these hexes because he's a tank. Well, I need to find out if this is an eligible hex for him to advance into by asking that question. I kind of don't see why it shouldn't be, but Michael's explanation was pretty decent, but I still felt Right, let me try and I think I need to try and ask that question. I'm as well doing that just now, and then I might get an answer before we're finished doing all this, and then we'll come back to that. So I'll just go and pause just now. Okay, question asked, but I must admit, when I was asking that question, the way it's worded, I wasn't about this specific. Well, I did say it was a brown position, to be honest. I wasn't talking about that tank. I just mentioned redeploy, reinforce, but other actions, any other action that could occupy this, is it allowed? And yeah, when I was typing out, I'm thinking, yeah, I think Michael probably is right. And I don't think they're allowed to do that. But you know what? Like I replied to him in the comment, this is a brutal game. And then that would be more brutal. So it could be that it's allowed. And we are moving from right to left, like it says. You know, this action to the right of this position took that unit out. So we're now moving along to the right again. Let's just say we've got a brown R. This is going to reinforce. Surely not. You would think not, eh? Surely not. Okay, I'll pop the question out there anyway. I'm guessing that must have been asked in a way before, but I'm not quite sure how to search the threads looking for that one. It'd be maybe a bit tricky to find, but we'll find out. Okay, so, well, back to this nonsense. We're going to have close combat here, aren't we? So, yeah, well, let's deal with that then. Okay, so close combat. I've not really needed to be looking at things much. Stuff stuck in, but I suppose that flipbook was quite like the close combat section in it. So review all Japanese units and depth markers in the hex. So, and this is them attacking us, remember, as well, which is bad also. So we need to reveal this. Well, it does take it to the 4. There isn't a CC. Let's see, there wasn't a CC on the previous depth either. That makes me wonder about that last tank. It might be. I don't know if there is one. You guys will probably know that play the game, because there is only 3 depth markers, isn't there? So you should probably study these things before starting and store these in your memory. What you're up against. Okay, so card wise, we are getting 3 cards. What's that? 3 steps. Nothing more, nothing less. So we do have to start this procedure. 1, 2, 3 cards. That's my battery getting low again. That's because I've been faffing about. And then for him, he's getting 1 for the unit. Sorry, hang on. 1 for the unit, 1 for the depth. That's 2. 1 because they're attacking. That's 3. 1 because they've got 4 strength. That's 4. And then 1 because they're a tank. That's 5. So they're getting 5 cards. 3, 4, 5. So they've already hit us once. Not only that, they've hit us once. They've hit another unit, reducing it to 1 step, and they've taken out a tank's last step. And now they're having 5 cards in close combat against us. How brutal can this game get? Really? Right. When do we, if we want to withdraw, when do we decide that? Because he's getting to go first. I think we've got to decide in our turn of the close combat, aren't we? Use option 3C. Alright, it tells us in the... right, okay, so what would happen here is... are the Japanese units disrupted? No. So we'd reveal a card in Japanese pile. We carry out the event. We check for a hit. We'd remove a step and discard a card if they hit us. And then finally, then we get to conduct US withdrawal to end the CC. And if we do that, we draw 1 more Japanese card and implement its results. And then we place US units placing a hex adjacent to the CC hex. Well, actually, oh no, hang on. Surviving tank in a wrong position, do not disrupt. Place it in the nearest unoccupied position. I think we would just get left in the same hex. We're going to get disrupted as well. Oh, that's, yeah, no. Well, you know what? I've got to see the first card. Thing is, if they don't hit us with the first card, I'm going to be tempted to, like, go for it. But that's probably a silly thing to do. Right, okay, let's draw a card. They get to go first. They've got 5. We've got 3. The combat is in green. The close combat is in green because it's not in a position hex, so it goes with the tank. So no green, please. There's no green. I was kind of hoping it would just be there and that, so I would have to like just. Now I've got 3 cards. He's got 4. Yeah, but I mean, if you hit him, Grant, you're going to knock him down to 3 cards and take the depth marker away. Am I still better trying to dodge out of this? Shouldn't I still try and withdraw here? There's a temptation, isn't there? There's a temptation to fight on here, but let me see in the rule book regarding because I'm guessing I'm going to end up disrupted, but well, again, you've got the. Yeah, I mean, well, let's face it, we did think if yellow came up in the card, we were going to be sitting here, reduced to 3 steps, and disrupted. So, at least we'd be that. And then we've still got the capability to attack. Well, that is assuming, because if they draw another card, if they get the US withdrawal thing, I think that's all, it needs to have that on it to do the thing, doesn't it? Oh, no, it doesn't. Because if it's got the colour on it, it'll hit us. That's why I'm like feeling like I should just go for it. I know that's wrong. Martin's already said that this is I'm sure he's saying right now, this is probably a position where I would, no, in fact, he's probably not saying probably, he's saying this is a situation when I would withdraw. That's what he's saying right now. Where does it talk about withdrawal? No, that's Japanese withdrawal. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Sorry, I was looking at close combat. Right. Finally, you may conduct US withdrawal under fire at your option. Reveal a card from. Oh, right, okay. Ending by US withdrawal. You may choose to withdraw all participating US units during close combat following the reveal and implementation of a Japanese card, even if your units are disrupted. Right, we're in that bit where we've revealed the Japanese card, we've got this option. To withdraw, draw 1 more Japanese card and implement its results and event, if any. So if we draw 1 with the CC withdrawal hit, and it's got green as well, we're taking 2 hits, I think. So draw, implement its results, if any. Then place the surviving US units in a hex adjacent to the close combat hex. Well, that means it is moving us. If more than one hex in a hex from which US community can be traced, then you choose. Well, that's not great for us. The tank's going back to there, isn't it? And if I've got to move from the hex I'm in, I'm going to go here and then we've not got the flanking, which I kind of need. But the fact that tank's going back there, does that not mean we can just stay there? The Japanese tank unit survives in close combat. It does not become disrupted. Instead, place it in the nearest unoccupied position. That's kind of more now making me want to carry on then. If I've got to move, and we are going to be disrupted, aren't we? I'm pretty sure any surviving units do. Well, it doesn't say disrupt the unit when you're in US withdrawal. But it does say Place the surviving US units in a hex adjacent to the close combat hex. So it can't be in the close combat hex, even though the tank's going to go back to there. That seems kind of... any clarifications on that? 8.62. No. And of course combat ends in exhaustion. No, there's nothing there. Going by the rules, I can't end in this hex. And, well, if I want to flank that guy, I can't end in that hex because that's where the tanks go in. So I'm going to have to either go to this hex or this hex, and then that's me not getting my flank. That's why I'm annoyed and feel like I should just bash on with this, but we could get really lucky and take the tank out. Okay, this probably is silly, but I'm just going to do this. I feel like the move that we've made to get ourselves in that flanking position is now going to be taken away from us because I've got to end... If I withdraw, I've got to come out of that hex. Which, admittedly, that's what withdrawal would sound like it means, in moving away from the hex. It wasn't me that started the battle. The tank's going to go back there as well, so... If there is something that says, well, if it's a tank and it's going to do that, you would stay there. It's not clear to me in the rules. Could there be something out there? Oh, we're at 51 minutes and I'm struggling with my battery. We're a good bit through the Japanese fire phase though, Grant. Why don't you have a pause and come back and finish? Yeah, I've not really got the time, I don't think. Well, maybe I do. Right, I'll pause just now and see if I can find some more about this. If I know, but then withdrawal doesn't mean you get to stay where you are, does it? Surely, it does mean you must have to come away from that hex. Even if he's going to back up again. That doesn't matter. Hi all. Right, this is still a continuation of part 24, isn't it? Anyway, I'm putting on to the end of the video there. I ended up having to go last night. So I went on pause and yeah, there's a few things on my mind. Like, what is going to happen here when, this whole situation about what is going to happen here when we no. Yeah, the fact that this is now empty, can this unit come down to here? Or if this was an R action, could this reinforce? Can this redeploy down to it? Can it assault and whatever? And part of me felt like it shouldn't, and then part of me was thinking, well, this game is brutal and it maybe is allowed. I did go and post a question about it. Haven't had an answer. And I figure Martin might have had some comment on it, but he didn't, he's not. So I'm a little unsure. Because I then thought maybe he's not sure himself. However, I came across a thread which he's answered, which basically says, the question is exactly what I'm asking. The guy is asked, it's a two-part question, but can't remember the first part. The second part is what happens if a US unit becomes eliminated in the Japanese fire phase. That position then becomes empty. Is this position now susceptible to whatever the Japanese want to do? And it was Martin that answered it and said, well, basically yes. And that's why it's important that you carry them out in that order. So, although Martin's not replied to the question I've just asked recently, he's answered that one in the way that tells me that this can happen. If we had a brown R on the card right now, this would attempt to reinforce, wouldn't that? I think, yeah. And of course, we're not having that. What we're going to have is this purple position coming down here, which feels a little more like doable, but it's still the same thing. When we started the action phase, this was occupied by a US unit, but it's not anymore. It's not, and that's we're checking the units from right to left. So this is open for whatever they're wanting to give us, I think. The only thing that's still keeping me doubt is the fact that Martin didn't have anything to say about my question. Unless there's something slightly different about, or maybe I've worded it in a way that doesn't make it as clear cut. So I'm not sure what to do, and that's why I tried to put it off overnight. Well, it was that, and things were getting on top of me as well, and we're sitting with this close combat still, which I haven't resolved, and I've got an idea what I'm going to do with that. Now, I'm almost at the hour mark as well, so yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing. If I'm going to carry on, okay, we can do this, but as soon as I reach here, well, not so much here. It's going to be this purple tank, this tank in the purple position, because it's going to. We've looked up already. Was it going to? Is it overrun or no? It's not overrun. What is the action? Double advance. It's going to double advance, so it's going to move into there. Well, actually, I don't think that's going to be as bad. You know what, Grant? Is that terrible? Getting this tank down beside you. You've already said that these tanks are a pain. You're close combat. You're involved in a close combat in one right now, and I think I'm going to go ahead with this close combat. They've drawn a card and missed. Now, I want to say there. Well, let's not jump about it. We'll come to that in a minute. The video's getting quite long as well, though. This is the thing. Well, yeah, I kind of thought I could still wrap it up and keep it under an hour and a half, which I probably can. I want to say I was at 56 minutes, so maybe that's a sitting at an hour right now. I could probably wrap this up in half an hour, but I need to decide. I need to make a decision on that. But I don't think I can make any other decision in the fact that this is available. I think if Brown, and this is what Michael from Ohio, Michael had said that maybe I should get his comment up. The thing is it's his way, it's his look on it, it's what he thinks about it. You know, sometimes Martin's comments they're not. You know, that's how he thinks about it too. I'm not taking anything away from that, but you know, sometimes rules can be interpreted differently, and you know, I've found that as well. I've debated a few things and whatever. Sometimes it can come down to, but if you're to look at the rules right now, I don't think there's anything that suggests in the rules that that the Japanese cannot do anything in this position, that they cannot do that they cannot reinforce. There's really nothing there, I think, supporting the argument. Let's see what Michael's comment was. Yeah, let's do that. Right, so this is Michael's comment. This was back in part 17, and it's when I was discussing. You know what? I think it was maybe the same position, you know that? Well, maybe not. Actually, that's maybe rubbish. Anyway, it was me talking about the possibility of an ambush. In actual fact, it might be. It might have been something like, can I just stretch along to that? Almost see it there. You know, I think we had a US unit in there. Again, it got eliminated. And then we had the brown A action for ambush. Fortunately for us, none of the units that were in the field of fire of this position had the symbol, and so I was lucky enough to just sort of say, well, if it was to still be able to do this ambush action, it wasn't hitting anything. So let's just move on. However, this is affecting us this time, but yeah, I'm not so sure I'm going to find anything in the rules that's going to allow me to sort of say, well, no, they can't do that. So Anyway, he's got it timestamped at the 28-minute mark. I'm sure if I click on that, it'll be something like that. So he says, I don't think that the brownie can be triggered because it was not vacant at the start of the turn. In my opinion, each turn is a precise measure of time, which only allows for one action per hex, with the exception of a barrage followed by close combat. During this turn, that brown hex was occupied by a US unit, which was taken out. I also don't think that any other Japanese units could redeploy to that now vacant hex, because even though all actions are resolved one at a time, I think of them as taking place simultaneously over whatever time period the turn represents. That's probably about as clear as mud, but that's how I look at it. So, and then it sounds like it's all Michael's opinion on this, because you're saying there, Michael, that everything happens simultaneously. Well, why would they would surely state that in the rules. Why do you have to go from right to left and work that way? There's a reason for it going that way, so that other things can actually happen, I think. Don't get me wrong, I think the game's hard enough, and playing it the way you're talking is probably going to help a little bit, and it's not going to make things easy, but it's going to help a little bit. But I'm not so sure that the intent of the rule is for that to happen. I'm not 100% clear. I mean, I think my reply is, hi Michael, yeah, not so sure. I've got to read more. Oh dear, what have I done there? Didn't click on it right. Hi Michael, yeah, not so sure about this one, to be honest. It does seem rather brutal that this could happen, but then again, this is a brutal game. I was hoping Martin may chime in on this one at some point, and if not, I will look more into it if it comes up and matters in my playthrough. I hope you're right though, cheers. And yeah, this is where it does kind of matter, but I've asked the question, haven't got an answer. Hopefully we'll still get an answer, but I'm really not. I don't think I'm going to find anything in the rules that tells me that, that tells me, gets me out of this hole, basically. And Mr. Butterfield actually highlights this and responds to my question regarding what was it again? Anyway, it highlights, he says paragraph 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, this one here, I think. So I think I'm quite close to the light there. I don't know if that's flickering. It looks like it's flickering to me, but I'll not be here long. It's just I'm far across the side. Once layered actions come into effect, the sequence in which you check the Japanese positions for fire and actions may have an impact on play, right? So that's why it's important to do it this way. Therefore, check all positions matching the first. Right. Now, here we go. Yeah, this is what I tried to do at the beginning. So is that going to have any effect on this situation? Because although you're meant to check them from right to left, yes, you are meant to check, to do a thorough job, and okay, Martin did say, look, that's taking it to a bit extreme. You're meant to check the leftmost colour first, right? And then you check all the positions, matching that, all the positions on that colour from right to left, right across the map. Then you go back to the second colour and you do the same. Then you go back to the third colour and you do the same. So within a position colour, check all position hexes in order from west to east. So could that have an effect? That's the only thing that might have an effect on what's happened here. And you kind of feel like maybe it's not. I think that only comes into it when units move about. But, well, we'll have a wee glance at that. Yeah, and that kind of tells you there that, whatever happens, however, where does it tell you that you only check a position once? Does it tell you there that? Because let's say you have one position colour and the unit moves away from that position. I know for a fact you don't check that position again, but Does it tell you clearly in the rules that you don't do that? Does that make that clear there? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not challenging it. It might make it clear. See, so you've checked that Japanese position already. So surely I can't check it again. You know, again, maybe it's not fully clear though. All that, you know. And I think that's what sort of leaves, I don't know. Yeah, interesting though about coming across that again. Would that have made a difference? Well, we've not even got, well, we have. What are we activating here? This was a tank that was in yellow. So in actual fact, it is the first, and what was it done again with the R action? Overrun, was it? Yeah, overrun, because it's going into close combat. So in actual fact, if I go back to the beginning here and check all activities of yellow, right, from left to right, this is going to have happened. That unit's going to have been taken out, right? I can keep going. I can bypass that purple, and we can keep going checking yellow. Then we can come back along here and then start checking purple. And this situation is still going to be as it is. It's only going to matter. I don't know, when certain units move about, you're going to see. I think you'll notice it. You'll notice it when it's a problem. This is not something that matters if we do it. You know, as I'm going along checking every colour here, like right to left, just to make things smoother, really, innit? I mean, you can see what. Martin said that at the beginning. He says I would check them, you know, check every colour, but just go right to left as it is. It's I think you're going to notice if something interferes, and then you can backtrack and probably fix it. But this isn't one of the occasions. You know, it's not. It's not that. Let's just say we've jumped ahead and we've moved purple and we moved them into that position first. And then it turns out there's brown on the card, that brown should have activated first and reinforced. You know, you would see that. You would see that happening. And you would say, all right, well, I can do the purple first. Well, it might be that, the thing is, it might be that purple's before brown on the card, and then that would override it, wouldn't it? Because you'd be going right to left checking purple before you would check brown, and then that would move into there, and then brown would sort of say, well, I can't do that. So that could happen that way. But there's ways, well, if I came along and says, right, well, I'm going to do brown now, so because it's before that in the right to left situation, so I'm going to reinforce that, and then we go to do purple, and purple would have moved into that, then we've got to rewind that. We've got to take that back because purple's before brown on the card, you know? So I hope that makes some sense. Anyway, that's I don't think there's anything there. And I mean, okay, I've asked the question. Unfortunately, I'm not got an answer, but going by Martin's previous answer to a post that was only a year ago or so, it was 2022, basically saying that if this happens, yeah, the Japanese can bash on. They can do what they want. And I can't find anything in the rules to, like, stand against that. You know, that's why there's a rule book, you know, and if it is, okay, errata, clarifications or whatever, but I think if Mr. Butterfield answers this question, he's going to say the same. He's going to say, yeah, unfortunately, that is now available. And good luck. Okay, this is going to be a long part, but yeah, as long as I can keep it under 2 hours then. Because I don't feel like I should just stop. I think I should just carry on here and get this done. Right. Well, there's a couple of things to talk about as well. Well, you know what? We're in the Japanese fire phase. Let's briefly bring them up. Martin picked up 2 mistakes that I've been making. They are both mistakes. I'll bring up the rule. See the wild cards? Remember how I said that if I attack with both of these heroes and whatever, if I attack with them both, I was saying, yeah, you can't get +1 strength for each of them, but I'm pretty sure you can still get a wild card from each of them. No, you can't. You can only get more than one hero in a battle. You're only going to get one thing. What I think you can have is a +1 from one of them and a wild card from the other. I kind of left that back with Martin, asking if that was alright, which I think that's okay, but we'll confirm that one before any shenanigans go on. Fortunately, I've not done any of it yet, but obviously the two heroes, it's still giving them a free action, which is beneficial, but we can only use one wild card, and hopefully I'm going to say 1 + 1 strength, but I could have that wrong as well, and it might just be you only get one of the total, but I kind of think that though. Another one I've been missing, and I think I've got away with it. I've not checked the very last attack that we made. But I've been this guy here, for instance. Fortunately, yeah, because he's a 2 strength, and we were attacking with 10 strength. I was saying this guy wasn't doubled. You know, he's in a plain hex. Yeah, well, he's in a plain hex, and if he was in there, he'd be doubled. But we're attacking across the. No, it was that way. Yeah, it was fine. It was flamethrower and demolitions, and they were both one step. We're attacking across the seawall. All the units are attacking across the seawall. If one of them wasn't, fair enough, but we're all attacking across the seawall. I've got lazy and I've just pushed things on. We attempted. Now, I want to say that I've not missed it and blundered with it. Hopefully Martin would have picked it up. But that was wrong. This attack here is against the seawall as well. Fortunately, this guy's only a 1 strength, but he should be getting doubled. Now, it's only the unit, it doesn't get the depth, so we're maybe okay, but I've got away with the ones that I've looked up, but yeah, I was blundering there. Right, let's get this sorted. Now, the Japanese attacked us in close combat. They were ending up with 5 cards. He's used a card. He got to attack first. He's used a card. He's down to 4. He missed. I've got 3 cards for my 3 steps. Now, I've been sitting swithering about what to do. I'm going to fight this guy. It feels probably like a bad idea, but the outcome of it with me withdrawing is just totally it's hopeless. I mean, I'm not getting to go where I want to go. You know, I spent my action to get into this hex, and now I'm going to have to go back to here somewhere. You know, and which is just not helping me at all. The fact that he's missed with his card, and that was the card he drew there. No event on it. No, we're fighting in the tank's colour, actually. It's green. Yeah, it's the actual tank's colour because it's a non-position X. So that's where we're fighting. I'm going to go for this. I'm going to do it. The cards, they've been lying there all night. I haven't touched any, and I haven't manipulated any. And so if things come out in my favour here, please understand that I'm still playing the game. I'm just going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Right, so I'm going to draw. I want green on the card. And what is it? Heroism. That's what I want. Green heroism. That's what I want. Right, if I draw that now, you're never going to believe me. Oh, Grant, what have you done? Right, okay, well, as long as I get green, this is what I want. Right, I'm going to do it. Here we go. Yes, green. Right, okay. No CC event. We've got the green, right? He discards a card, and I'm hoping this is green. And look at that. It is. We get the card. That goes away. We get his depth marker. That's going away. Oh, that's armor depth. Yeah, of course, that's never coming back. Right, but now we're sitting in a position where we really need him to miss. He's got 3 cards, I've got 2. Okay? Come on. Oh, no, look at it. Oh, he can't build depth, surely. He can't build depth. He can get another card, though. Right, well, what actually does happen with that? Because the tanks can't get depth markers back. once they're gone, they're gone. He's got a hat though, and he's got another card. Even if it wasn't the hat, and he's going to take one of my cards away, and he's getting an extra card. Well, yeah, things are going horrible for me, really. I mean, okay, I maybe shouldn't have chose to do this, fair enough, but add the card to the Japanese card pile, and if the Japanese unit has no death marker, draw and place a death marker revealed. Let me see Japanese tank. Right, okay, I can't quite find... I know it's... I mean, when you're placing death markers, it talks about a Japanese non-tank unit without a death marker. They definitely don't get the death markers back. So I'm assuming that the reinforce action is going to allow him to draw an extra card, and that'll be that, right? So that's what I'm going to do. He's going to draw another card, and he's back up to 3 again, and he's going to hit us, and we're going to discard a card with green on it, and we take a step loss, A1, 2. We've got 2 steps left, but we've only got 1 card left now. Yeah, we can't. Yeah, no, you can, Grant. If you hit him here, you can. You can still hit him. Okay, right. Oh, and we've just took a green away. Come on. Yes! Okay, well, yeah, I've got him, haven't I? He discards a card. That was my turn, wasn't it? Yeah, he drew a card. CC reinforce. We took the hat. We discarded the card. We still had 1 card left. We've drawn it. We discard that card for him, which was green, and he's eliminated. The fact he's got 2 cards left, that's fine. I think we're good. So these 2 cards go back on top. Well, I didn't sort of see that coming, because I thought when he drew that reinforce, I mean, I suppose the fact, yeah, I mean, the normal, well, hopefully I've got that right, but in normal circumstances, the unit would have built depth again, so then I would have needed to hit it twice again, only had 1 card left, I would have not done it. Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, I'm taking it as a win. We are disrupted in the close combat, and that's where we were, so we stay where we are. We were victorious. He's gone. I can undisrupt this guy. We're going to be attacking with 6 strength. And by the way, up there, because we're not attacking across the seawall from that hex, he is going to be at 1 strength. Do we have demolitions? No, we don't. Of course, that was a... What was the it was a 5 strength. He had demolitions as the 3 steps. Now he's not. And of course, I chose to put that latest hero down here rather than... I was talking about putting it up here as well, wasn't I? So we can flank him, but we don't have the demolitions. Well, wildcard support marker. The thing is, I need the support marker to remove that, start with. I need to give it an action, give that an action, chuck a support card, wild card, and support marker, wild card in. Oh dear. Well, you know what? That's the second tank going, and this other tank is going to come down here, I feel. Should I just stop this now? Because well, no, Grant, just push on with it and just make it a long part. No? Oh dear. I'm just looking at this empty purple position. I noticed that. I noticed you don't want to be within 2 of these, but what can I do? I'm within 2 of that. The action, empty, inland, unoccupied, ambush. Gonna ambush a diamond. Yeah, well, is it gonna hit tank? Is it gonna hit armor? Oh, that's on the actual. It says was ambush would be in. Oh no, it's not in the field of fire. Purple anyway, Grant. So you're fine, I think. Right. Come on, finish. Right. So that was the yellow action there. And well, I can only hope that I've got that right. I think so. I mean, I don't think it builds depth again for sure. So I think that was the only thing that was controversial, maybe. Apart from you maybe thinking I had like staged something, but honestly, I haven't done any of that. So red, we've done. Yeah, there's no red in the card. Brown would be next, going right to left, but brown's not in the card, and then we reach this purple. So double, which is double A. It's a double symbol, and obviously this guy's got depth, so it's A for the tank, which is double advance. So he's gonna. Yeah, but I need to get this up again. I know I looked at it last night, but so conduct an advance as described in the default action above. So default action above says fire if any US units are in tank units field of fire. No, they're not. Advance if no US units are in tank's field of fire. Move the tank unit and depth marker, if any, to an unoccupied or Japanese occupied position hex no more than 4 hexes away and closer to the nearest US unit. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4. Right? So these are all its closest. Okay? I don't think he's going there. Because the priority is empty position hex before occupied, because remember he can switch positions with Japanese units. So these are both empty. So these are both possibilities. The next priority is closest to where he's coming from. 1, 2, 3, that's 4 away. 1, 2, 3, that's 3 away. That's where he's going. So he's advancing to there. Yeah, this is the thing. He's not going to attack, is he, Grant? Right, so he's advanced. If the tank, no. Conduct an advance as described above in the default action above, right? If the tank unit is able to complete an advance, then check to see if the unit can advance again. If so, advance the unit a second time following the same procedure. He doesn't fire, because if he wasn't able to advance at all, he would fire. He doesn't sort of say, well, I can't advance the second time, I'm going to fire. He's wanting to advance again, but he's nowhere to go. He's adjacent to us. So that's where he's going to stop. I mean, okay, that is kind of horrible, but... Well, hold on. Yeah, our tanks got taken out. That was the one that had the... I mean, this can attack it. This could support the attack from range. You know, I mean, okay, we've got this guy down here as well, but... Well, you know what? That's where he's going, and that's it. Because I need to finish this part, Grant. It's going to be creeping on 2 hours if you don't move now. So... Yeah, now... so moving along, green is not on the card. Red is not on the card. Green, empty green is not on the card. Yellow is on the card, but this is occupied, so it's just that'll just undisrupt. Brown not on the card. Blue is empty. Yeah, that's fine. That's purple. Yeah, so this is an empty inland purple position within 2. So it does want to ambush. Unoccupied inland position, Japanese communication with US unit in its field of fire. So it's not. Although it's within 2, there's no US units in its field of fire. So it's going to do nothing. Good. Brown, we'll check. That's unoccupied, not within 2. Yeah, yuck. He's not got US units in his field of fire. He's wanting to redeploy as well. He's going to kill him. Well, maybe. Hang on. Yeah, he's going to redeploy as well, isn't he? Right, so you should know this one by now. So within 3 hexes, what's his nearest? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. These are his nearest. So that is not getting him closer. That is getting him closer. He can't go down to there because that's 4 hexes away. And that is getting him closer. I think he's going to go here actually. Yeah, they're just coming at us. Are we not meant to be attacking this island? Yeah, maybe that's just the bad way I'm playing it. So yeah, and the reason it's going to go there is because next priority is closer to where it came from. That's going to be 1, 2, 3 away. That's going to be 1, 2 away. That's not an option. No, he's going to redeploy to there and fire. There's nothing in purple, so nothing more happens. Moving on. Unoccupied stuff, not within 3. That's sorry, not within 2. That's unoccupied, not within 2. Brown's not on the card. So we should be able to finish this off now. Yeah, the unoccupied's up here aren't going to do anything because they're not within 2. Red's not on the card. Blue is on the card, just normal fire though, so not doing anything. Yellow, right, he wants to yeah, this is the one that's going to come away from the... Yeah, I'm taking this one. Although, did I not work it out? No, I think so. So, he's wanting to redeploy. He's coastal, but we're into turn 11 now. So, he is going to redeploy. Now, clearly, this is his closest unit. So, maybe there. Because that's going to be same colour. Is it that one that does the same colour bit? Yeah, hex of a different colour. So that's getting him closer. That would be getting him 1 hex closer. I mean, the number doesn't matter. And he wants to stay closer to that. But however, the first priority is a different colour. Oh, hang on, you've maybe got red. Well, hang on, I need to count that out. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 away. That is going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That is actually 13 away, and that's going to be clearly 12 away. So, in actual fact, the red, that doesn't look right, does it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That is 14 away. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it is 13 away. So that one is closer. That one is closer. That one is closer. They're the only ones that are within 3. You can't go there because it's the same colour. So he's going to go to one of the 2. They are different colours, yes. Both are as close as each to the hex, so that we're going to wait for the number next. If more than 1 or none, I don't get the or none. Somebody's going to have to explain that one to me. If more than 1 or none. Place the unit in a qualifying position hex of a different colour. If there's not a different colour, would that be none? I think that's what that is. I can't get my head around that one. And anyway, in the nearest position, like I say, they're both 2 hexes away, so they're both as near. Then in the higher number position, so he's actually going to go up to that red one. No, instead of the purple. That's a redeploy. right? And then that's brown, not on the card. That's green, not on the card. Okay, I'm counting the artillery positions that are not occupied. 1, 2, 3, 4. I thought there was another one down here. There it is. There are 5, 6. I missed that one. There's actually 2 there. That one, that one. So that's 6, right? And we have 3 that are destroyed. 1, 2, 3. So that's 9. And there's only 12, right? So that's 9 that they don't have. So 4 of any means that they've only got 3 of any. So they're not getting that. And I'm taking that. There you go. Because if they can mess about with positions and all that, if they're moving out of the positions, I'm taking that. That's only fair. That's only fair. They get to do brutal things, so we get a little bit out of that. Not an awful lot, but... okay, did that go as bad as I really thought it was going to end up then? Maybe, I don't know. I feel like my force is getting diminished quite a bit, like. But we've got this... We said about both the tanks... That's why I just had to take that on. I really did, because I know it was a gamble. It was a gamble that it did work. I mean, okay, I might have still had 3 steps right now with that guy if I'd withdrawn, but then the tank's still there giving me grief. We're not doing anything to that unit. It was worth the chance, I think. I mean, okay, it went the other way, but it looked like I thought it was going that other way, but... And then this tank's come down to us. It's just asking us to, like, at least, disrupt it this turn for sure, and then work on trying to take it out, I think, Right, okay, I better wrap this up because that is an hour and 40 minutes or something. So, is that the end of the turn though? It is, isn't it? No, that's Japanese fire phase, Grant. Yeah, sorry. Didn't think I was quite on board there. Right, so that was the Japanese fire phase. So in actual fact, we're going to come back to a new event. I'm not going to draw that now, though. Whether I get back tonight or maybe tomorrow. But I need to wrap this up. We'll see if I get an answer back to my question. I'll discuss more the seawall stuff and the hero wildcard things that I was getting kind of wrong. So, okay, I'll be back when I'm back. Cheers.